Welcome to the Weather Gurus podcast for this Thursday, July 28, 2022. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest in the lower 48 contiguous United States. I appreciate the support. Now, we're going to be looking at the National Radar Satellite Composite and taking you through the four regions of the United States here and the weather there, as well as talk about the different world weather events that's been going on here. One I want to mention off the start, our thoughts and prayers are with the northern Philippines and their situation with the earthquake. A 7.0 magnitude earthquake did strike northern Philippines province there, way north of Metro Manila, and so we want to extend our condolences and our thoughts and prayers there as well. And our thoughts and prayers are also within the U.S. on the homeland. Flash flood emergencies have been declared in Kentucky, in eastern Kentucky, in the hills and the mountains there of eastern Kentucky of Appalachia, and also St. Louis, Missouri, and our nation's heartland had flooding and extending rains as a result of training rains in both locations. That's raining discrete cells going over the same locations over and over again. We call that training in meteorology, and that's been happening. And so they both picked up over 10 inches of rain and over a foot of rain in certain spots, and that's caused rivers, creeks, you name it, to swell and overflow their banks and destroy homes and businesses. And so our thoughts and prayers are with those folks out there in the U.S. and international, in the Philippines and other places as well, that's dealing with a lot of calamities in this summer that's just getting started here as we're in the middle of summer. So looking at the composite weather radar for the lower 48 contiguous United States, we see that the eastern two-thirds of the country looks good. So the 95 corridor from Jacksonville up through Raleigh-Durham, through Richmond and Washington, D.C. It looks clear. Some afternoon thunder showers continue to rummage through eastern Pennsylvania, north of Philadelphia. If you're coming through Bucks County there, coming up the Blue Line through Allentown, the Lehigh Valley, there's some showers and thunderstorms there that extend all the way up into New York, upstate New York, and up through Albany, up through the Berkshires of Massachusetts, and into the Green and White Mountains of New Hampshire and Vermont. Those where the heaviest showers are on the East Coast. Florida looks absolutely clear, but hot and humid. 95 in Tampa, 91 in Miami, 90 in Tallahassee. Some showers along the Gulf Coast from Hammond and Slidell, Louisiana, along I-10 and Interstate 12. Be careful, there's some pop-up thunder showers. Dallas looks clear and hot, but finally temperatures have come down from the record heat that we had last week. Currently going to be forecasted around 101 degrees. Oklahoma City, same deal. We have showers extending down below from downstate Illinois down through, Paducah, Kentucky. Out in the monsoonal flow continues from Santa Fe, New Mexico, through Taos, New Mexico, down through Arizona, from Sedona, Flagstaff, down through the Rim Basin of Arizona, and into the Four Corners region of Salt Lake City. Rain continues, scattered showers up into the Front Range of Denver, Colorado, and I-70 westbound through Boulder and Golden on through the Continental Divide. And Seattle and Salem, Oregon, and all those areas, continued heat. Enjoy it though, but it's triple-digit heat continues. 115 degree heat indices continue. Actual temperatures above 100 for Seattle, Yakima, Washington, Salem, Oregon, Eugene, Oregon, into the interior Oregon as well. Baker City, all those places will be hot. Boise will be hot. Helena will be hot. Down through Cheyenne. The central of the country looks absolutely fabulous, of course, from the Dakotas through Chicago, down through the Twin Cities and Madison, Wisconsin. All those areas look fabulous, clear, just warm, and some popcorn variety showers. So that's your National Weather Radar Satellite Composite going on right there. Now, we want to tell you about the tropics here briefly, because we do have some tropical activity, not in the Atlantic Basin. That's not expected during the next 48 hours there. It's just too much wind shear and too much Saharan dust. That Saharan air layer of dust continues to impact the tropical season. But remember, we're just now approaching August. We're not into the peak of the hurricane season yet. There's two peaks in the hurricane season. The first peak I want to explain to you, that is in mid-August through mid-September. The next peak is in October, mid-October. That's the two secondary peaks, the two peaks that we have in the hurricane season, broadly speaking. Now, the Eastern Pacific Basin has been busy. We have two tropical storms. The first tropical storm is Georgette. That is maximum sustained winds of 50 miles an hour or 45 knots. Minimum central pressure still high, around 1,000 millibars. It's moving to the west at 10 knots or 12 miles an hour. That will continue to be a fish storm, will not impact any land. So any vacation plans to Cabo, St. Lucas, or Tijuana, or San Diego doesn't look to be affected by the system. Tropical Storm Frank follows right behind it, so there's going to be some upwelling there as the system follows the same path as Georgette. So there's going to forecast a weekend. Maximum sustained winds as of 3 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time is at 60 miles an hour, 50 knots. Minimum central pressure is a little bit lower. As you can see, it's stronger at 997 millibars. It's moving west at 10 knots too as well at 12 miles an hour. So it's following the path of Tropical Storm Georgette. Thus, it's going to be weakening as the upwelling from the water, the warm, cool waters are being stirred up. It's going to come up to the surface, and Frank will have less potential convective energy to work with as Georgette continues to move west ahead of it. So that's the twin storms in the Eastern Pacific. Central Pacific, Hawaii, absolutely fabulous. Right now, nothing is going on. Everything looks clear. The high surf that we had 2 weeks ago is cleared. Everything looks to be absolutely fabulous out there as well. So as we continue to move along and the progress into the weekend, heat wave continues to be the story. For the heat dome will take over much of the Midwest, the Northeast, and the Southeast. Humidity will increase as the winds from the Southwest continue to dominate, and South and Southwest will continue to dominate that pattern. The monsoonal flow will continue in the Southwest and the Four Corners through the remainder of this month and into the early part of next week as well. So that's what we have to look forward to for the upcoming week and weekend. Thank you so much for joining me on the Weather Guru podcast. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.